Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 442 podcast. I'm Azar Mathani, and as always, I am joined by the wonderful Tommy Sondi.
Hey guys.
And the transcendent Tony O.
Morning, boys. I feel like you might have used that one before, but you know what?
I'll tell you what, if you're willing to go back to 70-odd episodes and check, by all means. Mm-hmm. I will, if you can prove that I have used it before, I will give a full apology on the next pod.
I'll leave it to the intern to deal with, yeah. But,
you heard him, Tommy.
I thought our intern is Ahmed. You know, that's why he may be coming on the podcast later.
You don't give away the freaking ad at the beginning of the pod, Tommy. Anyway.
What do you mean? Why not? Get the listeners hyped for a nice Ahmed appearance on the podcast.
I guess we got to include it in the show notes now. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, we definitely do have to include it in the show notes. Oh, we will be thrilled to hear that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are hopefully going to get him on to talk about the Leeds-Liverpool game that is happening later today. But, I mean, we have to start.
Do we?
With Arsenal. Yeah, we do. West Ham 2, Arsenal 2. Second week in a row that Arsenal drop a 2-0 lead in a game where they looked comfortable. Mm-hmm. Tony, your head's gone down. Your head is bowed. Tell me how you feel.
I mean, you could save some time by just clipping up the audio from last week. Like, yeah, everything. What was it like?
Genuinely, it's more effort to edit that into this than to just have you say it again.
Well, you could save my time, I guess.
No. I'm not in that business.
Yeah. I mean, last week the narrative was, Granit Xhaka, he stood up to the hard man Trent and he got the Anfield crowd going, and because of that Arsenal bowed to the Anfield pressure and all this narrative bullshit. Whereas last week the problem was we played 5-0 football at 2-0 and gave Liverpool a goal. And after that we lost control of the game. This week we did the exact same thing. We're feeling ourselves tooling up in 10 minutes, and then Thomas Partey's trying his sombrero on the edge of his box.
About?
By the way, 100% handball.
Hey,
I don't.
I thought so too,
he was playing some party football.
Yeah, well done. I don't know how that doesn't get seen, but and then Paqueta, brilliant acting to win the penalty, but. Why do that?
Wait, Tony, we gotta stop there. You don't think it was a pen?
I think Gabriel goes to ground. I think it's a pen because he goes to ground in the box. Once you go to ground in the box, you are setting yourself up to be exploited. But he doesn't challenge. He doesn't touch Paqueta. Paqueta puts his foot in, like he leaves his foot. He drags his foot if you watch it back. But I have no complaints about that because...
Okay.
Why are you challenging? He panicked because he's just seen his
big time.
Six doing nonsense in the box, but he pulled out of the challenge. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, you could tell Arteta was pissed. He ended up having to sub Partey towards the end of the game. I think he was just irritated, but we just never got control back. And another part of that is because Saliba is not playing, so we have a big weakness in our defense. Rob Holding, he can get run, like he did get run in this game.
You could see Antonio just every time focusing on Holding's channel.
I mean, if you've ever played striker, you always play a game against a defense. It's called find the dope, right? You try the two center backs. Can I run him? If I throw a little step over, does his shift weight? Dope. Can I run him? Dope. If I pin my center back and he can't move me, dope, right? And Holding, he's good at two of those things, but once you run him, yeah, he can't deal with it. I mean, I think he picked up a yellow very early on against Antonio after he beat him in the left channel. He just, yeah, under any kind of pressure, he just gives us what I call the John Terry effect. We end up defending our own box. Terry is one of the best, maybe ever, at defending his box. Terrible at defending from the halfway line. And, yeah, we could just not get back up the field.
You could say Rob wasn't holding his ground.
I could see your face, you know. I could just see your face. You're trying, now that we're doing
this. Wheels are turning.
Yeah,
the wheels are turning.
Now we're doing this video, these video edits. I could see your face. You really wanted to get it out.
I had to get it in there before you moved on.
Yeah. Yeah. What else is there to say, man? I just at this point, yeah, it's just to me, this game was very unprofessional. You could excuse it last week as Anfield, sure, if you wanted to go down that route, but to do it back-to-back weeks is just really unprofessional from the players, I think. And we missed Zinchenko for sure.
There was still the chance at 2-1 to re-extend the lead when Arsenal won a penalty. And, I mean, Saka has been brilliant from the spot this season. That was a terrible miss.
Can I ask you something about that? Like, because you guys are neutral. Well, not neutral, but you're more... You're further away from it than I am. Would you, if he played for your club, would you want him taking that penalty?
Because he has been Arsenal's regular penalty taker this season. Like, he has been, right? I'm not.
He is. He has been. I don't know, man. Like, I feel like at this point in the season, a senior player takes on that responsibility. Like, this was my feeling in the moment before he took the pen. Mm-hmm. Because I saw Jesus holding the ball, and I knew, first of all, I didn't want Jesus taking the penalty. His penalty record is terrible. Penalty taker. So I knew he wasn't going to take it, but I was hoping it would be like someone like Odegaard or something who is a good penalty taker. I guess, like you said, Saka hasn't missed for us before, but he's not playing well either. So
like my thing would be, like, especially if a forward's not playing well, you get them a goal, get their confidence back going with the pen. And especially when it's a regular penalty taker like Saka, I would not, if it was my club, let's say, I would not have had an issue with Saka stepping up for that. Because, like you said, he's got a great penalty record for Arsenal prior to this one.
Unless you're like an Arsenal player and you see him, like, you know, shitting himself, you know, not confident, and be like, okay, let's go, we're taking this, and then maybe he won't fight you for it. But otherwise, yeah, he's your PK taker. You stick by him, and if he gets the ball, and he's ready to take it. Yeah, I mean, I see no qualms with any of the Arsenal more experienced and older players saying, yeah, let him have it. But it was a bad miss. If you don't hit the target, it's a bad miss.
It was a pressure miss for me.
Like
the pressure of the moment got to him. And you just knew we were going to concede after that. We did what?
It's just immediately after as well.
It just, I think that was...
Lovely little finish from Bowen on that second one.
Yeah.
Hits it into the ground to get it past Ramsdale.
Yeah, I think that was our last real chance. I didn't agree with taking off Jesus again. I think Saka should have come off. He was flagging. Jesus was playing well, but there might be a fitness thing. But... yeah, I think I said that last week as well. See, just insert everything I said from last week and put it in here. Yeah, it's just.
But then you won't get my Rob Holding joke in there. Then
you didn't make a joke about Holding last week. Yeah, I don't know.
No, I was busy laughing at other stuff, I think.
Yeah, he conceded a penalty last week as well.
Oh, yeah, true. I could have made it last week. It's entirely possible I've made the same Rob Holding joke 2 weeks in a row. Yeah. But the Rob Holding jokes will stop when he stops fucking up.
What's the confidence level now, Tony, for the title? What percentage are we at?
What did I say? I said if we won at Anfield, I think we'd do it. We didn't win at Anfield. So.
Nope. Yeah. So 0. You're like, that's it. It's City's.
I think we have to win at the Etihad to win it. That's genuinely my feeling. So what does that tell you? Exactly.
I'll mark it down as not great.
Yeah. There you go. But I think fair enough. Like, we've played City twice this season and lost. You can't lose to them 3 times and you wouldn't even feel right, like, winning the league that way. So, yeah. I don't think City will be perfect. I just don't think we will be, like, good enough to... Like, we have to win there, is my honest feeling. And I think that's right. So...
Yeah. At this point, definitely, it seems like that's gonna be the case. Yeah. Hey, fun times.
Yeah.
Fun times for us.
A week from Wednesday, so it's coming up fast.
I mean, speaking of City, they beat Leicester 3-1. I mean, they opened this game similar to how Arsenal opened the game at West Ham. Just completely took the game to them and just killed it off. The difference was when West Ham got their chances, they took them. Leicester had a couple of chances at the end, and just didn't take him. And Dean Smith's got a job on his hands if he wants to keep that team up.
I saw some Arsenal fans say, "New manager bounce, let's go Leicester." I just burst out laughing.
No,
laughing. Like, what are you talking about? Look at the players.
People who haven't seen Leicester play all season.
What, Dean Smith was confirmed officially? Like, he wasn't.
Yeah,
on the bench?
he took charge this weekend.
Okay.
Did,
Yeah, you know, that's I bet like KD must or KDB must
wrong sport.
Yeah, KD. I was watching the Phoenix game last night, but KDB must be just like loving, you know, life right now, having Haaland as his you know, partner up there to send balls to, because that goal was just phenomenal. The one that KDB or Haaland scored, the chip, just like. They're just like flowing right now. And yeah,
I enjoy seeing how defenders sprinting at full speed are keeping up with him, and then he just finds this extra gear of acceleration to go across them and in behind, and they can't do anything about it. I mean, in fairness, it's not very good defenders in Leicester's case, but they just can't do anything about it.
No,
it's terrifying.
He's what is he now at in the league? Is it 32?
32,
32,
I think.
Right? Yeah.
So what's 2 away from the record? I think Salah's like 2 away from breaking the record, right? Salah's record is 33.
Yes.
I wonder, is he Salah 33 or 34?
It's either 33 or 34. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate when City does this, because like they were 30 minutes in, they were 3-0 up pretty much, and then they just they play around. They and then take their foot off the gas, and then you know, Leicester got back in it a little bit, but it was never a game in doubt, that's for sure. So City just keep going, man. They just keep winning at the right time of the season, and 4 points back, 4-point back of Arsenal, game in hand.
Yeah.
It's horrible what they do to the teams they're chasing down at this point of the season.
Yeah, it's do you know
it is the shark from Jaws.
Yeah.
By the way, the record is 32, so he's level.
He's level, okay.
So just 1 goal needed. Yeah.
He's got what, 8 games to do it. Okay.
Imagine if you will, Haaland goes on an 8-game goal drought in the league.
Yeah, I was just looking at other leagues just for comparison. Napoli, 30 games played, 75 points. They are 14 points clear. La Liga, Barcelona, 29 games played, 73 points. They are 11 points clear. And then you have the freaking Premier League. They played 31 games, 74, and potentially 1 point clear. That's the challenge. That's the Man City challenge. Yeah. Awesome. But KDB supposed to be having a shit season, by the way. He has 15 assists.
15 assists, yeah.
Imagine if he was
At
playing
that, definitely washed.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. This team. You want to wax lyrical about them some more?
No, we're ready to move on from this. We're done with it.
Yeah, just something to make you feel a little bit better, Tony. Spurs 2, Bournemouth 3. Probably your favorite game of the weekend.
What a team, man. What a team.
I mean, lads, it's Tottenham.
Definitely my favorite game of the weekend.
That should be on their, like, the home dressing room. Just, like, lads, it's Tottenham. It's,
Why is this team the way they are? What are Spurs, if not just a social experiment to see how much torture a fan base can go through? It's just astonishing how stupid this club is.
Yeah, how stupid is Pedro? Was it Pedro Porro who decided to try to beat 3 guys in his own defensive half to get out, and then they immediately concede? Why is it with Spurs fullbacks just doing?
It was pretty Puro.
He was pretty. Okay.
I'm glad you stopped yourself, Tommy, because that didn't deserve to be repeated.
Yeah. But listen,
I like how you almost repeated it as well.
I almost repeated, like, what the hell is this? Hey, I don't have much to celebrate this season. I don't have anything to celebrate. But to have
Hey,
Spurs
you're
just
still
do
in the
this.
return like that. There's still a chance. That's what I'm
Oh,
being
Tony,
told.
don't give
That's
me
what
the
I'm
still a
being
chance
told.
talk.
There's still a
Oh,
chance.
Madrid
you've been
haven't
told.
killed
It's
you
only
off
2.
yet. Only 2-0.
Only 2.
Who you been told by who?
You know, just about everyone that wants to laugh at Chelsea.
Yeah. Joey, we're losing that one. There's no chance. But at least every week, almost every week, it just seems like Tottenham does something, and it's just like, okay, this is fun to watch. For one fleeting moment in the weekend, there is something fun to watch, and it's Spurs doing this, and oh man, it's just they could have easily, not easily, but we had a really good opportunity of making top 4, and just keep fucking it up every week. It's awesome.
You know what I'm
This was the
enjoying
perfect week for them to gain ground. It was perfectly set up for them to gain ground.
after Newcastle.
insane.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the little narratives in the Tottenham season. My favorite one might be Will Richarlison score. I just the guy is so
Well,
unlucky.
in fairness, he does score. It's just offside every time.
Yeah, he's so unlucky, man. And you can see the desperation in his face every time they take it away from him. It's just sad and delightful all at once. Yeah.
I mean, where do we even go with this?
There's Davinson Sanchez.
Richarlison having his goal.
Yeah.
I was about to mention Davinson Sanchez subbed on, fucks up on both goals, I think.
Yeah.
And then gets subbed off in tears. This Spurs season is just mad. It kind of makes me wish Conte was still there, because I'd love to hear his thoughts on this one.
Feels like he is. Yeah. We just don't get the value of his press conferences. What's the point of keeping his assistant? I don't get that either. It's just like
No one wanted the job till the end of the season.
I mean, they're not going to hire. Who was it that was in charge for one game for Spurs that
Ryan
one time?
Mason? He's still there.
He's still there? Okay, never
Yeah.
mind. Yeah, why not? They
He's
should
the
just put him in
assistant's
charge.
assistant.
They should have put him in charge. Yeah.
apparently the fans.
They only do that for cup finals.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently the fans aren't happy with his involvement either. They're just not happy in general. Yeah. But,
Why would you be happy? They even when they were playing shit but still winning games, it set themselves up well for a run at getting a top 4 spot.
Yeah.
And then they've gone and done this in the second half of the season. They've completely shat the bed.
Yep.
Long may it continue.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
And long
Yeah,
will,
definitely.
it will continue. It's the history of the club.
I know you guys, Spurs, bigger rival team for you guys. I have nothing personal against Spurs, but it's still funny.
I mean, they've been a joke for years, right? For decades. So for that to actually be it's the history of the Tottenham lads. It's Tottenham. It's the whole world knows who they are. It's just
And they just continue to do this stuff, and it just adds to the lore of what this is with Tottenham. It's fantastic.
That is some rich lore.
Yeah.
But speaking of disasters, Tommy, it's time to talk about Chelsea.
Yeah, sure. Why
Lost 1-2 to Brighton, but hey, scored a goal. Isn't that nice?
Yeah. What a goal!
Frankie's at the wheel, huh?
What a goal!
Welcome home, Super Frankie Lampard. No wins in 3 since his appointment. How many games without a win was it when he got sacked a few years ago?
so
Chelsea
he's on a run.
He's on a. Here, I'll tell you right now. His last 17 games in charge, including when he was back at Everton, 1 win. All right.
Jesus
includes
fucking Christ, man.
Everton. 1 win, guys.
Dan is a stud.
That is, I guess on the, I don't know, plus side. Is there a plus side?
I was
don't
gonna
know the
say
plus
this
side.
is a stretch, but okay, keep going.
No.
I want to see where this ends up.
Mutcher got an assist
2 is
for the goal.
Hey, yeah.
that
He's tied
was
for your top
nuts.
assister
It
this
was
season.
crazy. When I saw that stat, I couldn't believe it. 2 assists is the most of anyone in your team. Who's the other one with 2? Felix?
I mean, I would
Havertz?
imagine it would be someone like Havertz.
I think there's a
yeah.
there's a few Chelsea players on 2.
Yeah, that would make
But-
sense.
You know what? Good for Mudryk. He's finally starting to return on some of the investment.
He,
Maybe?
to be fair, he looked okay this game.
Wow.
That's the thing. I'll give him that. He
Amazing.
looked okay. He wasn't like, you know what I mean.
He
He
looked
wasn't like
competent.
he terrible.
It was a
Yeah,
nice run for
He looked
the
competent.
assist.
No, I'm not saying just the run. It's just in general.
Tommy,
His play. He
I'm
looked
sorry.
competent, yeah.
Let me pull up these stats so that I
Go.
can
Show me your stats.
not
yeah.
my stats, your stats from this game.
Oh yeah.
Let me see.
Okay. Yeah. I have him right here too. Yeah.
Yeah, outshot at home 26-8.
Big
Two
time.
shots on target, 42% possession. I'm sorry, nobody looked good in this game for Chelsea. Like, yeah, he ran with the ball a bit, but
when you start Pulisic, Sterling, Mudryk, and then Gallagher as like your front four. I mean, you're not
Did Gallagher
scoring.
even start this game?
he did.
Yeah, Gallagher
scored.
started.
Oh, he did.
He scored the goal.
He's
Oh,
that
right,
massive
he did get the
deflection,
goal.
yeah.
Right.
Honestly,
I don't know why, in my head, I thought he just came on as a substitute, because that's what I've seen him do all season.
Where are you going with this? With what you were saying, Tommy? With that front line?
Well,
is this supposed
like,
to be bad?
how do you expect to score goals with that?
Those are good players.
Come on,
These-
good players.
These are good players.
They're all in poor form. I mean, to be fair, everyone's in poor form.
Yeah.
But
I don't
they're
think
just
the
not-
problem are the players, but like you can't keep
You don't
signing.
you don't think the problem are the players? Of course, the problem is the players.
Are you kidding me? Look at the way
the
your
problem-
team is being run. You think the problem is the players? Everybody you sign is shit. Everybody. And you
Thank
think
you. So problem is players. If they're shit, you're signing their shit.
Oh my God, I can't believe
Come on,
this.
Tony.
It's always look at your club. Your best defenders are not registered, can't play games. You have so many players that can't be registered. You have a massive squad, right? You hired Lampard, and you still think the problem is the players.
No. You see, yes, but you're making me sound like I don't think anything else is the problem. Everything's the problem. It's all an issue, but you can't just say, all that's a problem, but not the players. Of course, the players too.
I don't know how you want anyone to perform in this environment. If you look with all your passion, yeah, you wouldn't give a shit if you were on the pitch. With all your passion for Chelsea, you would down tools. Like Lampard is your coach, man.
I don't agree.
You don't agree? Okay, well,
I think as a player
is like I guess Ted Lasso is the goofiest character on Ted Lasso. So yeah, your owner is basically Ted Lasso, like with all his cliches of America.
No. Ted Lasso, is competent.
He's emotional.
He's
He's
a competent
emotionally
man. He just doesn't know the
He's
sport.
a competent man
He's
manager,
competent,
and he
yeah.
keeps coaches around him that actually know the football.
Yeah, so who else is there? I don't know. Yeah, try to find a
You can't
character.
compare Bully to Ted Lasso,
Tony.
because Ted Lasso is likable, wins awards, and has a lovely mustache.
I think it's because they're
Tom
both
Bowley
Ted.
has none of
I
these
think
things.
that's why I compared them. They're both Ted. Yeah, but
His name
the
is
thing
not
about-
Ted, it's Todd Bowley, Tony.
true.
the thing
I'm trying
about
to
this,
correct you for months on this.
the thing about this team, is honestly,
It's a
it's
club,
the
man.
worst Chelsea team that we have put out in a while, for sure.
No.
And
what do you mean the
I'm
lineup?
standing
Do you
by
mean the
that.
lineup or?
I mean, just what is being put out there on the pitch.
I disagree. You have João Felix, you have Raheem Sterling, you have Madueke, you have Pulisic, you have Zachariah Conte, you have Badiashile.
Conte just got back from injury. Yeah. these
Okay,
guys-
so instead of Conte, I'm sorry. You have Kovacic.
yeah.
You
Thank
have
you.
Kovacic,
Thank you.
Enzo Fernandez, Wesley Fofana, Thiago Silva, Badiashile, Reece James, Ben Chilwell. What are you talking about? Are you 11th or 12th? Like, do you think that is the talent that should be at that level? Is that what you're saying?
Well, of course.
So
of
then,
course
how
not.
is it
But-
the play?
But they're there. But they're there.
They're not being coached. You don't put out the same lineup every week because you have too many players. You're trying to keep everyone happy. Like, the problem is your club right now. It's a mess. It's a mess. Like, ever since Abramovich, got forced out, you guys have just been a disaster, like a clown car. That's basically what we're doing. And people have been trying to compartmentalize and maybe give Todd Bowley the benefit of the doubt that, he has some ideas. let's see how it plays out. Well, it's playing out, and turns out when you do stupid things happen. So, yeah. Mudryk, he has to work out. You have him for like 10 years. So, why would he be motivated to play football? He doesn't give a
top
shit.
Top assister. As far as I'm concerned, it's working out.
It's working out, isn't it?
Jesus
hey, listen,
Christ.
Tony. I don't disagree with what you're saying out there.
Yeah.
But you do have to hold the players accountable, regardless of what's going on out there. Okay. You're a professional, all right? If you're a good player, then you can go out there and you can still do something on the pitch, regardless of what your coaching is.
Okay?
We're
both coaches, yeah? If you don't know what you're talking about, it doesn't matter what the talent is, they're gonna screw around. It's facts. If you go out there and tell them shoot with your eyes closed, they're gonna be like, this guy's an idiot, and they're not gonna play. Like, you have to make sense. What's happening around them has to make sense. Structure is important. Look at Man United. I mean, they're not, Real Madrid all of a sudden, or whatever prestigious club you want to call, but they look competent. It's a lot of the same players from last season. You know what I mean? The environment has to be right.
I know, but what I'm saying is, it just can't be this bad.
Okay.
You can't get to this level.
Well,
that's it.
It is. It has gotten this bad.
And it
exactly.
And it has. So I'm blaming everyone. I'm blaming absolutely everyone.
I would like to quickly mention Brighton because, they were also playing this game. But they were ridiculous. The Enciso goal to win this game.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Uzi, let me ask you a question. Yeah?
God.
If the lineups, if that lineup for Brighton was playing for Chelsea, do you think this happens?
Oh, coached by Super Frankie Lampard.
Yeah, with Todd Bowley as their owner, and
I would say whatever team Frank Lampard coaches is losing this game.
You don't associate Frank Lampard here with this. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But hey, this is a
Frank
good
Lampard
Brighton.
Is associated with this. And
this is a good Brighton team.
This is
honestly, they're a fantastic team. They play out from the back amazing, and they're exciting to watch. Mm-hmm. I think Mitoma
take their chances. Like this would be
7.
Yeah. Kepa made some good
XG
saves.
Brighton always.
Yeah. What a goal by the way! Jesus Christ. That ball still. If the net wasn't there, that ball would still be rising right now. What a shot for the winner. Yeah. Fantastic. I always got time for Welbs scoring a goal. That guy Welbs.
That guy Welbs.
Yeah.
The one guy that'll bring Tony and I together is that guy Welbs.
That guy Welbs. Tommy, you have anything else to?
Yeah, Tommy. Any last words?
No, I was just gonna say I enjoy watching Mitoma continue to cook players, and
you are not allowed to sign them.
And no, I don't. I'm
the ones you have.
I'm curious to know if he will stick around because it feels like McAllister is on his probably going to find a different club in the summer. That's what I'm hearing. I wonder what Mitoma is going to do if he continues to play at this level next season.
Maybe like McAllister, or Caicedo, I guess they're looking elsewhere. So we'll see. Mm-hmm. But I think he should stay there, man.
It would be a shame if this Brighton team just got picked apart.
They'll bounce back.
They will. They will.
Yeah,
but I always do worry for them every single summer when their players get signed. They've bounced back every time so far. I hope they continue to do so. Let's move on to another team that is no stranger to signing a shit ton of players and then it not really working out. Forest. They lost 0-2 to Man United. I mean, considering the amount of injuries we are currently dealing with, including losing Sabitzer in the warm-up for this game.
Yeah, so...
pretty decent performance. 2-0 win. Keylor Navas was outstanding. But, Jesus Christ, I think Forest are going down.
Yeah, but... it's just so many players.
There was
so many
just
teams.
there was, no fight in the team when they were 1-0. They were, they started off right.
To be fair, if they had a center forward that had any quality, maybe they take one of those chances that Awoniyi had.
Yeah, Awoniyi did have one really good chance from the top of the box that he just
blazed it over. He could have taken a touch as well. He didn't need to shoot first time because Dallo pulled out of the challenge, right?
Dallo actually fucked up his touch.
Yeah.
The ball rolled across to the top.
But then he put out the challenge smartly because he didn't want to give away a penalty, and when he just rushed it. But I hear you though. I mean, I can't remember the last time they won a game.
It's been a while. I think they're winless in 7, 8, something like that.
You look at the bottom three; none of them have won in the last 5. So it's it's looking peak for a few of those teams, but I don't know. I have to say Anthony looked good in this game. Yeah,
Goal and an assist. I'm very
decent.
very happy with that.
Yeah.
I thought Bruno Fernandes was outstanding in this game. Our midfield really getting Eriksen back is huge because we actually had a replacement when Sabitzer went down, and we could push Bruno up the field, and he absolutely took the game to force. It was only just Navas making ridiculous saves that prevented him from getting goals and assists in this one.
Yeah, Tommy's favorite goalkeeper, Keylor Navas.
Yep.
Yeah.
Keeps disrespecting goalies, and they keep doing this kind of shit to prove him wrong.
Hey,
but,
he was amazing this game, definitely.
But the importance of the win can't be understated just with everything else that went on around us, because with Spurs losing and Newcastle losing, that moves United back up into 3rd.
Yeah.
And we still have a game in hand on Spurs as well. So
big win,
especially with the amount of injuries we're dealing with right now, because I think we're up to 8, 9 players out at this point, something like that.
Is Phil Jones one of those players?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know where Phil Jones is, and I'm slightly worried.
Okay.
But it's three quarters of our starting defense is out. And then Sabitzer, McTominay is out as well. Rashford's out. Garnacho's out. It's just injuries just littered all over the squad at this point.
I do have to say, I think I'm alone in this, but I feel like Dalot's your best fullback. I don't know. For me, I just he's the one fullback I look at and I'm like, you know what? He's not amazing, but I feel like he's the best.
He's a very solid fullback. He's improved a lot over the last couple of years. Mm-hmm. He was one of the few players that I actually thought improved a little bit last season compared to previous ones.
Yeah.
And this season, he has been much better. There are certain situations where I prefer that Wan-Bissaka plays over him. It would be if you're up against a Saint-Maximin type player.
Sure. Yeah.
Wan-Bissaka is better at shutting them down. Mm-hmm. But I mean, he got his first Premier League goal for the team. Did about 10 celebrations. But you know what? Yeah. I feel it. If you haven't scored a goal in a while, get them all in there. You don't know when the next one's coming.
He's playing left back in this game, right? Inverted fullback,
The ability to have him move to left back and cover there is also just really valuable because both Shaw and Malacia are hurt. So
I'd still say Shaw is the best fullback on United.
Okay.
He provides a lot.
Well. Yeah. But Shaw does have very high peaks and very low valleys.
Yeah, exactly. When Shaw goes, he goes, man. He finds a hole and jumps in it. But
this season he's been when he wasn't hurt, he provides a lot in terms of an attacking outlet and assists and crosses. So
he's good when he's allowed to go forward. I'm talking the other way.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he's a good defender. But anyway, are you confident going into the second leg in the Europa League?
Oh no, it's Sevilla. Of course I'm not confident. Do you see the witch doctor shit they pulled on us in the last game?
You call that
both our centre backs without touching them?
Yeah.
No, this is witch doctor shit. I said this to people when we drew Sevilla. People were telling me, they're like, oh, it's Sevilla, they're having a terrible season. I'm like, no. This is Sevilla in the Europa League. We don't fuck with this. I don't want this. This is the one team I don't want. I would have rather had Juventus. I don't want Sevilla. I have no faith in the second leg because it's Sevilla.
I love
two own goals.
I loved Maguire's
two own goals.
It was amazing.
It's witchcraft. It's witchcraft.
Oh, that's Maguire, man. I'm not giving that to Sevilla. It's Maguire. Man. Jesus Christ.
That's also
the ball's going well wide.
He aimed for Maguire's head.
Yeah, his head is too big. It's just he couldn't help himself.
I'm telling you, It's witchcraft. I don't. Sevilla in the Europa League. I don't want it. I don't fuck with this. Just give them the trophy. I don't want it. They can have it. Just leave our players alone. I don't want more injuries. Let's move on. Let's move on. Go through a few of the other games a bit quicker now. Villa 3-0 Newcastle.
Battered.
Well, shit.
Yeah, Jesus.
Shit.
Man, I didn't see that coming.
God damn.
Battered.
Ollie Watkins, have yourself a day.
Could have had a hat trick, if not for offside. He looks so confident in the box right now. Like he's having that run. Some strike. Like when the striker is hot, he's just everything he tries. Even when he's not hitting the ball cleanly, he's still scoring. It's like yeah, everything's just falling for him. Like deflections are helping him. Yeah,
he did a great job with that first goal. He just brought the header down under immense pressure.
It's terrible.
Shot was really nice.
It's terrible defending by Burn, but it's clinical, right? And it was like a minute after his goal was disallowed. It was like, okay, we just go again. Like,
yeah.
But I've never seen this season where Newcastle's midfield has been so just bypassed so easily. It was strange because it was just constant. They're finding the forwards, Aston Villa finding the forwards very easily, and it was constant pressure on the defenders who weren't great themselves, but it was just constant. They're always having to deal with Watkins, with McGinn, with these guys, and Newcastle just completely overrun.
I can't remember Newcastle creating a big chance in this game.
No, they really struggled. Like that midfield of Joelinton, Bruno Guimaraes, and Willock, the one thing that they're usually never, like Tommy said, never happens to them is they don't get overrun, right? That's their thing. Mm-hmm. And they could not, like they were all over the place. It was weird. But I mean, credit.
Like what Villa really like doing is they'll take their forwards that start a bit wider and they'll just squeeze them into midfield, and they'll almost end up with like a box.
Well, that's the Emery formation
around them, and they were just absolutely running the show around them. It was always a free man, and Newcastle just couldn't deal with that.
Yeah, they make the box and put the wingers forward. And apparently Newcastle didn't have a formula. Go on, Tom. Sorry.
I was gonna say there was that goal that Watkins had disallowed. Pope should have saved it, and then the goal that Watkins had the third goal for Villa. I think Pope should save that one definitely too. I know it's a slight defection, but I don't think he was that great this game either. Didn't help when
didn't we have a conversation last week where we said Pope hasn't been in good form this year? We did. He's not in good form.
Just saying, David De Gea is now atop the clean sheet leaderboard.
I saw that. Amazing.
Yep.
The man's conceded like 60 goals and he's still top of the...
Hey, it's 37. It's 37. Let's move on quickly to Southampton 0, Crystal Palace 2. Roy Hodgson's won 3 in a row. Wow. I don't know if his Palace team have conceded a goal. No, they conceded 1 to Leeds. But
I don't get it.
Eberechi Eze at the double. The man just works. I
don't get it, man. Like I said this last week. Someone needs to explain to me.
Do you want me to copy paste your stuff?
I do. I do. Because it's just like, how is this? How many games in a row has he won? 5, 4,
3.
Is it just 3?
3, I think.
3. Yeah.
Maybe because of how bad Crystal Palace has been, it feels like a lot more. But he, like you said, he has his template, and it works at Crystal Palace. Yeah.
It gets the most out of you guys like Eze, and that's what you want, right? You want to get the most out of your best players.
7 goals this season, and I think he basically started in January, so that's pretty impressive from Eze.
What did Vieira do to these guys where they couldn't get a damn shot on target, and now Hodgson comes in and they're just getting multiple goals per game. Yeah, it's I'm not sure what happened there.
Strange. This happens.
Maybe Roy Hodgson is just a genius.
Yeah, it could be. And then you look at Southampton's side. All signs point to they're going down. They're done.
They're done.
Right?
They've been done. I think they've accepted that they're getting relegated at this point.
Do you know what's crazy though is that they got 23 points, right? Everton are 17 with 27, right? 31 games played. Let's say Southampton, by some miracle, were to win their next game. All right, it's Arsenal. It's not going to happen. They would only be 1 point
They'll
out
draw
of
it 2-2 after Arsenal go 2-0 up.
Yeah, that could happen too. But they'd be 1 point from safety if Everton were to lose. And it's like, oh, that's it. It's not a far gap, but it just seems like it's much further of a gap given how crap they've been in terms of like the whole season, of course. But
they're running out of time to start picking up those results.
Only 7 games.
7 games left for them.
They have Southampton and Forest before the end of the season. They want a chance. They have to win those 2 games and somehow find results from Newcastle, Arsenal, Liverpool, Brighton.
If they can beat themselves, that's the easy 3 points.
That is a rough run in.
They're going down, Tommy. I don't think there's any hope there. But I hear you. It makes sense, but
mathematically, it's like, okay. Yeah. They got a chance.
One team that is looking a little bit safe, though, is Wolves, because they beat Brentford 2-0. Diego Costa finally got his first goal for the club, angrily tackling a ball into the net.
Classic. Yeah.
It's a shame that Brentford have gone off the boil a little bit, but, someone had to, I guess.
Yeah, I guess you reach a point where it's like, you know what I mean, they're safe, you know what I mean, they got to reach to the point where they're safe, and then you're out of maybe a shot of Europe, and you're in the kind of middle zone where it's like, hey, what do we have left to play for? You know what I mean?
That's Chelsea.
Maybe you lose a bit of motivation.
That's
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Of course. Yeah. We have nothing to play for, but
Chelsea have as many points in their last 5 games as Brentford do.
I was just looking.
All those West London teams are just grouped together.
Exactly.
On the table.
It's still
Fulham
11
too, right? Yeah. We're all in it together. Yeah, all in the middle. But yeah, hey, Wolves. That's Wolves secured right there.
You'd
think,
say,
yeah.
I think so. 34 points. They need 6 more to reach the magic number. So, yeah.
And they've only scored. It's crazy. They've only scored 26 goals this season, which is like the same as what Southampton and Forest pretty much.
It's not okay.
That's Wolves. That's Wolves.
Yeah.
That's just what they do.
But that's just Wolves. Yeah.
And let's finish up with, for now at least, with Everton 1, Fulham 3. Tommy, you must hate to see your rivals pick up a big win like this, stay above you in the table.
You know what I do love though is I just love seeing when Everton concede and Pickford just losing his mind. Whoever's closest to him, he just goes crazy at them, flailing his his little arms around and
little arms. Yeah.
It's just so funny to watch because he's so animate on the field and he's so vocal and all this sort of stuff, and he just loses his shit whenever they concede.
The defending on the Dan James goal they should be relegated for that. It's disgraceful.
How could they let Welsh Mudryk score?
How do you let Dan James score in the Premier League, man? Yeah, I'm sorry.
You say this like his first Premier League goal wasn't scored against Chelsea.
Was it Chelsea? Great.
It was Lampard's first game in charge.
Oh, fantastic.
Where you lost 4-0 to us.
Fantastic.
This is the guy you put in charge to the end of the season.
I remember that game. I remember that game, yeah. Tommy up front couldn't score an open goal. Yeah. You guys have been consistent. Hey, but you have your Champions League in there, so.
Yeah, you got that. It got Tommy Tuchel in eventually, until you fired him for no reason.
Yeah, and then I had Potter.
But,
now Rams.
And then
full circle.
Yeah. But hey, back to Everton Fulham, guys. Yeah. How about that?
I've said all I needed to about this game. Dan James scored a goal. Not much more needs to be said about Everton.
Just you look at Everton, they're hanging on to 17th by goal differential at this point. There's no reason why they're at the Forest is below them. And I'm just honestly, even Leeds. I know Leeds play Liverpool today, who they could, let's say they very much lose this game. I don't know. It could go either way. To be honest, it's fucking Liverpool. Honestly, I don't know who gets relegated, guys. Every week we say maybe it might get clear. I don't know. Leeds don't look that good. Everton don't look good. Forest, Navas is. If they stay up, it's because Navas.
It's because of Navas, 100%.
And then Leicester, they look terrible too. So I actually don't know. I don't know what's happening.
It's gonna be interesting to see what happens with this, because you're right, the picture does change slightly every single. I keep waiting for the bottom to drop out on Bournemouth, and it never seems to happen.
Bournemouth,
They're safe.
yeah, Bournemouth,
They're
man.
safe, man. I don't know how they've done it, but they're safe. Like
It's with the level of talent of their squad, the fact that they're pulling it off, of like fair enough, fair play to you.
crazy.
But
they'll go down next season. If conceded 59 goals and they're safe, imagine that.
That's the most, right?
Yep, that's the most.
Jeez, that's crazy.
Amazing.
it's nuts. But
It's not like
I guess
they've scored
we'll
that
see
many.
how the
Okay. Yeah. Finish
we'll
up.
see how the Leeds Liverpool game plays out, and I guess we'll be back in a little bit to talk about that, possibly with a guest. Right, so we are back, and we've just watched Leeds versus Liverpool, and we've also had to sub out Tommy Son because, frankly, his performance today wasn't up to par. The manager wasn't happy, but in his place, we have your friend in mind. Please welcome back to the podcast, Ahmed Elharram. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing very well after that Leeds game. I'm glad I could sub
see.
in for Tommy.
Yeah, I'm glad we're doing this a week later. I don't think I could have looked at your face after last week.
Oh, Tony.
Yeah.
I had so many things to say after last week's game.
Man.
Hey, this is your chance. You can talk your shit, no?
He picked a good time to come. Like, we just finished watching the Leeds game, like Leeds Liverpool.
Yeah, what was the final score of that? 6-1 to Liverpool?
6-1. Jeez, man.
Oh,
Where do we
poor
start?
Leeds. Leeds have conceded 11 at home in their last 2 games.
I think Leeds are everyone's bet to get relegated.
Not everyone. There
I
are a
think-
few. I mean, Leicester, Everton, like Forest.
Southampton.
I mean, Southampton are sure bet for me.
Alright, so we've already named 5 teams that we all think will get relegated.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? But I hope they stay. I like their players. Leeds, they have some fun players.
I
Anyway.
like the team, but you can't concede. You said it last week. You can't concede 5 goals and 2 to Ayew and still expect to
Fucking Jordan Ayew.
to fucking Jordan Ayew. And
I
still
was trying to
expect
remember.
See, even
we-
Ahmed gets it. Even
Yeah.
Ahmed gets it. Jordan Ayew is rubbish.
Yeah, speaking of
Right.
rubbish, yeah.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Leeds are just...
I mean,
Let's.
I mean, I thought after the goal that that Liverpool gave up at the start of the second half, I was like,
Sinisterra.
okay, there might be a game on here. Yeah, Konate just losing his mind briefly,
what's wrong with your
and
center backs?
presenting it to Sinisterra.
Okay.
What's wrong with your center back?
Let's
Like,
slow
all
down.
of them.
All right, hold up. Okay. First off, I was a little nervous too, obviously, given our recent history, if we concede a goal. And given the fact that, Arsenal, you guys have scored twice first and then conceded twice. So I don't know what that tells you about that.
Different
No,
topic.
no 2-goal lead is safe. I'm just going to throw that out there, a little jibe to Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
Konate has been he hasn't been fit the full year, but when he has played, he's been fantastic.
What?
Van Dijk? No, he has been.
Hold on a
Konate
minute.
has been a beast when he's played. Van Dijk has been up and down, and lately he's been more down than up. Like I've fully he deserves the criticism, Van Dijk, but I do blame the fact that he's played basically nonstop for the last I don't know how many months now, and he's on his last legs. Konate, when he's fit, he hasn't been fit completely over the year, but every time he's played and has been fit, he's been our best center back by far. Now I know you're gonna say that doesn't say much. I know what you're gonna say, but he has
I
been,
cannot disagree with that to some
great
extent,
one.
but
great one.
still.
I have 2. Yeah. Okay.
he has been. Konate has been.
I saw
very
that
good.
Ahmed enjoyed that one.
I did. I enjoy all the
Finally, I have some support on this pod.
Moving on. Yes.
There's no
Ahmed?
moving on. That's how I feel. I know you guys have slandered Konate in the past, but he has been.
Ahmed,
No, I like-
It's
I
not.
like-
It's not slander if it's true.
He made a mistake today, and the problem with Liverpool is we're such a bizarre team this year. I don't understand this team. We've won 6-1, 7-0 against your Manchester United, and 9-0 or 9-1 to Bournemouth.
We've had a lot of opportunities to bring Ahmed on, actually.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, we've missed out on peak value.
You know what, guys?
We should have brought him on after that 7-0. Yeah, that would have been
No. I had to deal with him during that game and after that game. If you had brought him on the next day, and that was the day we had to record twice because Tommy fucked up his save in the morning.
I hope I don't.
He didn't save the thing properly.
Right.
Actually, I kind of hope I do fuck this up because I'll get to record this twice. I'm happy to talk Liverpool as many times. I also drove Uzair home on the way. We were all in Kingston.
I remember, yeah.
I drove home. That was a fun car ride home.
But
yeah, I'm looking. Konate's played either 11 or 12 games this season in the league, so like I don't think you can say. Yeah, I don't think fantastic's the right word, but
when he has played, he's been very good. And I know like Liverpool have struggled, and our defense has been shit, but it doesn't come down to him when he's played. Unfortunately, it's.
But last week he was pretty rubbish. That's the thing. So that's why in my mind I don't understand how you're associating fantastic.
But again,
with...
like last week, he made some fantastic tackles, and the problem with so this is the full context of why we're such a bizarre team. You guys have harped on Trent Alexander-Arnold a lot, and this year he's deserved a lot of that slander because he's been terrible. Yeah.
Okay.
Again, not slander. It's been true.
He has been poor. He has been poor for sure defensively. And Konate, you could tell in a lot of the game last week, he's essentially covering the entire right side of the field because Trent is nowhere to be seen and is just in no man's land. So I do believe that Konate, yes, is a fantastic defender, but he's had to cover for a lot of what Trent Alexander-Arnold stupidly does and makes mistakes. And so that does leave him prone. I don't think Konate is the issue.
That does come back down a little bit to the issues in midfield, right? Because before, when Trent was going walkabout, you had the likes of Henderson, in previous years, Wijnaldum, those kind of guys covering for him. But like this year, between just age and form drop-off and injuries, like Liverpool's midfield has been kind of non-existent for a lot of the season. And
that's been Liverpool's problem this entire year is we basically spent all our energy last year playing 60 games. We had a very small summer and not the greatest preseason tour. We come into this year, we have James fucking Milner, who's old enough to be playing noon hour soccer. Like he's old. He should not be a regular player.
I mean, you can play noon hour soccer at any age, but he'd be wearing gray. He'd be wearing gray. He'd be wearing gray for the Nooners. He's old. We have no backup midfielders. Our entire play is like that press has to happen from everywhere. Like if our forwards are pressing from
What do you mean?
front,
Arthur Melo is not a good backup midfielder?
Arthur Melo, I don't know if he's alive. Like he can phone in maybe, or can he message you guys to tell us that he's alive? I don't think he's either. He's not alive.
Reach out to us, Arthur. Let us know you're okay.
He's not a real person. I don't think he's actually a real player.
He was our backup. He was a Juve, right? Arthur Melo could very well be a shell corporation.
He might honestly be a shell corp.
Like Bebe. Bebe was, I will say Klopp's done this thing in the past couple of weeks of inverting Trent into midfield, kind of like the way we've been doing with Zinchenko. And then Gabriel almost plays like the left back / left-sided defender. And it seems to be working much better because you'll have more structure off the ball. It's yet to be tested, I think, because last week when we were on it, you looked vulnerable still. And as much as you battered us last week, you still could have lost that game because there were so many gaps all over the place. So, I don't know. I no Bellingham anymore. Apparently that ship is sailed.
We'll get to that topic of conversation in a second. We'll get to that.
Mm-hmm.
It worked this week. Trent was very much basically playing.
It's Leeds United, man.
It's Leeds.
Like you and I could have played for Liverpool and we'd have battered Leeds United. Probably finished like 7-6 or something, but
he did look great. Like he did look really good, Trent, today. And defensively, they weren't super susceptible to anything, and his creativity really shone. Like his passing was fantastic. Did he get 2 assists today?
At least he assisted the first and the last goal.
Yeah, he's looked fantastic in that more advanced role. But you can't, like you said, you can't really judge it. It's Leeds and a second half of Arsenal or half of Arsenal. I think it all comes down to if Liverpool are serious, if they really want to get back to it, their midfield has to be upgraded. Like they've done a good job, I think, of upgrading their attack with Mane leaving. I love Gakpo. I love Darwin. I know you guys have slandered Darwin a lot for this podcast. I think
no. I he's a cartoon character.
I know. If you listen
chaos.
back, what we said was I specifically said he'll score 30 goals a season and not know how he scored a single one of them.
No, I agree with that. It's true.
And I stand by that.
Even his goal today looked odd.
But I will say I think time has proven that maybe you made the right decision in selling Mane because he looks like physically he might be struggling a bit. I mean, he is struggling this season physically. Bayern, they feel they've made a mistake. So, and Salah he's not the same Salah that he was, but he's still deadly in front of goal, right? So
Salah is still incredible, and I think it speaks to his talent even more so. The fact that he's been able to score a great amount of goals this year, despite the fact that he doesn't have a midfield behind him, he's still able to contribute. So, like Salah has done very well. I think Darwin is already good, and I think he'll become even better as time goes on.
Where's Darwin going to play up front?
Yeah,
because Diaz has to start when he's fit.
I do think Diaz will start. I think it's a fluid front three of Salah, Diaz, Nunez, Gakpo, and Jota. With Firmino leaving now, Mane already gone. I think that's our attack. Our attack, that's fantastic. That's a very good attack for the future.
Yeah.
It's just everything behind him.
We know Klopp has a fetish for forwards. It's just he doesn't respect midfielders. I think the only midfielder of note that he signed recently is Thiago, and that was 2 years ago. Jesus, yeah. I just saw Saka's pen on TV. Oh my days!
Have you guys talked about the Arsenal game? Did I miss all that?
Yeah, we covered everything other than Liverpool. We saved that for you because you don't want to be up
spicy. I really, when Saka missed that penalty, I knew West Ham were going to tie that game. They should have won it.
It was like in the moment I forgot Saka missed. Like the replays on
collapse.
TV. Yeah. Anyway.
Arsenal's collapse. Well, we'll get back to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
let's talk about the summer plans for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Like Tony said, Jude Bellingham looks like that's out the window. What, in your opinion, should Liverpool do this summer?
They have to do a massive sprinting spree for midfielders. The whole this FSG issue, and I'm not one of those fans that's like FSG out. They've done terribly and blah blah blah, and they need to.
They have not done terribly. They've been good owners.
They have been good owners. They have been they've spent money. They've been good owners. What I don't like is the fact that over the last couple of years, it's been clear that we needed a midfielder, at least one, probably two or three, and the way the media and everything has been going on, and like the hints have been that Klopp is waiting for Bellingham. We're not spending a lot because we're waiting for Bellingham. We're gonna buy our Bellingham as our new midfielder. And then when it comes to the fact that now, it's gonna cost us like 150 million. We knew it was gonna cost us all that. So why are you kind of building this all up that we're gonna sign him? And why are all the hints there? And why is all this talk been there? And then only now are you realizing, oh my God, he's so expensive, and we need more than just one midfielder.
It's a very Man United way to do your business.
It is.
It's a very Ed Woodward era.
It's
Man United.
The difference is you would still buy Bellingham.
We would still buy Bellingham.
Yeah. The issue is, I get, Liverpool are not City. They're not United. We can't afford that much money. And the other big issue is we don't need one midfielder. We need two or three at least.
Three midfielders. Fabinho's legs have gone. Yeah.
Fabinho, I do wonder what a good summer's rest will do for the team. But they need at least two or three midfielders, and spending it all on one person, Bellingham, I get it might not be ideal. So what they need to do this summer, my hope is that all the talk about the war chest and spending money, they'll actually use it and put it to good use for
Tony will tell you so much about war chests. I remember them from the Wenger days.
Wenger had great war chests.
Yep.
Champions League 4th place trophy.
Got us Mustafi, Schillaci, Socrates. Yep. Some real hits right there. Yeah.
Sebastian Schillaci. That's someone I haven't thought about in a very long time.
There's more. There's Andre Santos. There's Lichtsteiner. There's I don't know. I mean, you could chuck El Neni in there. Yeah. Mkhitaryan.
Reminds me of
Yeah.
Aquilani, the legendary Liverpool signing.
Yeah,
I thought was going to be great.
20 million Aquilani. I remember that. To replace Xabi Alonso. Those were the good days.
That was a disaster.
The Ricky Lambert days, yeah.
Oh, yeah. But
bring back the Paul Konchesky days at Liverpool.
Nah, I think we're good. I think the most important thing is that Jurgen Klopp is in line and on board and will stay. I think all this talk about Klopp out, that's nonsense. Like, you need him to stay.
He's got enough goodwill in the bank that he can.
He's won every trophy for Liverpool. He's not
like he can. Yeah.
Unless he wants to leave.
It would be crazy to get rid of Klopp unless he wants to leave. Exactly.
Yeah.
If they have the same start though that they have, like the way they've played this season, he'll be under pressure in November.
He'll be under pressure.
The pressure will start going up. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get one down season.
Yeah.
You don't get two.
So they have to. So the way what I've heard is McAllister's obviously been a big link, and I think he'd be a fantastic signing.
Good player, yeah.
There's a Bayern Munich youngster.
Which one?
Gravenberg?
You're going for Gravenberg?
They just
signed him. Exactly. I was going to say.
Apparently, from the news and from pretty high up sources, like he's unhappy with not playing, and Liverpool are heavily linked with him.
Now, when you say high up in sources,
it's not just Arab sources.
Is this your sources?
It's not just
I was gonna say I've experienced your sources.
It's flooded.
Your sources are great for shawarma locations. Not much beyond that.
Yeah.
Those Arab sources have helped a lot. It's Paul Joyce. It's like our tier 1 experts who have all said they met with his agents. They've met with him. He's keen on joining. It's just a matter of if Bayern will let him go. That's the only issue because he is young and he hasn't played a lot.
That would be interesting. He's a good player, but
he's
I'd
a good
be
player.
very surprised if Bayern let him go so soon.
I would be too, but I have hope for it. I think him and McAllister plus, I know Mason Mount. I wish Tommy was here. I know Mason Mount is heavily linked to Liverpool.
He heard you were coming and he ran for the hills.
I mean, to be fair, I think Tommy's done with Mason Mount at this point, so he'd probably say you can have him.
Chelsea have other issues anyway with
I don't know. Is that enough though for midfield reinforcement? Like McAllister,
no, I don't think so.
Like doesn't seem Mount doesn't seem very physical. You know?
I think we do. Like I hope it doesn't just end there. I hope we do find that kind of physicality. I would love someone like Moises Caicedo to join too, because I'm watching his game against Chelsea. He bossed that midfield.
Yeah, he's on his way out.
He's on his way up too.
Yeah. I'm surprised they're not linked with Rice as well. Declan Rice.
Yeah,
but
Declan Rice. Honestly, he might be one of those too expensive British.
Oh, Caicedo's not cheap.
I know Caicedo isn't cheap, but
Rice is in the last year of his contract, so he won't be as expensive. I think maybe still like 70 million or something crazy like that. But
aren't Arsenal linked with him too?
We are. I'd be surprised, but the links are strong, so we'll see.
I would love him. I do think we also need competition for Trent at fullback. If he's going to play fullback, if he's going to push up to midfield, I don't know. I think they need competition for him and center back coverage too. Some kind of competition for that. I do think Van Dijk will be fine if he just rests in the summertime. I think he'll be back to his good form. And him and Konate, they just need to build that partnership more. But another center back would be on the list too. So it's not. It's not.
Sounds expensive.
Liverpool. I know it's not a squad that we can spend 150 on Jude Bellingham and that's it and call it a summer. Like we do need a lot of reinforcements. And from what we've heard, FSG are on board with that. Like you would have to be blind to not be able to recognize how badly Liverpool needed reinforcements this year. Well, especially after coming so close last year.
I would say I hope they get none of them. More Arthur Melo, please and thank you.
God help us if that's the case.
I want another summer like this one, like the past one for Liverpool. Sign another forward. Go ahead.
No, I think we want to compete. I think seeing Manchester United, although they haven't really been that great either lately, but seeing them get better. Seeing Arsenal, obviously, where they are. Chelsea are...
We took your spot.
Shit.
I don't know how you did this year in, year out, just freaking battling with City. It's depressing, man. Like, it's just
This
depressing.
is what we've gone through. And I have a lot of so many Arsenal friends of mine have like been messaging me and singing, "Oh, we're gonna win the league. Oh, we're top of the league. Oh, this is us."
I've been
You guys
quiet.
don't know.
I've been
You don't
quiet.
know. You don't know
Yeah.
what's coming.
I've been quiet. I've been humble. I've just been here. I'm like, I'm going to wait and see. So they have a 50, 60 goal striker up front. Like, you don't just win the league
The cyborg.
easily against that kind of output. I don't know, man. Like,
It's just because, like, City are gonna go on the run. They do it
Yeah.
like they did it with.
They
Liverpool.
always have it. It's always like that March to May kind of stretch.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
just don't lose games in that stretch.
The thing with Liverpool is
last year they did, though. They tripped up last year. Liverpool
that's how
should have
we
won
count-
the
that's
league
how-
last year. Yeah.
we were 8 points back of City in December or January. We were 8 points or 9 points back, and we
It-
came back because City slipped up.
It was a draw against Tottenham that really tripped you up. You should have beaten Tottenham.
That was it.
Yeah,
Yep.
I remember.
Tottenham just went around ruining seasons last year, and look where it got them.
Fucking Tottenham. I'm also happily gonna be, hopefully, watching that game in person. Liverpool Tottenham in a couple weeks. Next
Really?
week, actually.
Get to see a late Harry Kane winner, perhaps.
So I'll be able to yell a bunch of obscenities at Harry Kane in person.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
But
That's yeah. We need reinvestment. We need reinforcements. I'm still very optimistic with Liverpool. They could finish 6th this year. They'd have to go on some crazy run, and Newcastle would have to lose to go 4th. But I'm still optimistic. It's been shit. Like we play great against Manchester United and City, and then lose to Nottingham Forest and Bournemouth.
Yep.
So that just kind of sums up our season. But enough of the
the
slander,
entertainment
guys.
value is there. I'll
Enough
give
of
you
the
that. The
slander.
entertainment value is there. But yeah, and we appreciate you coming back on.
Anytime, I'm always
Try to
happy
get you on for a full episode again.
I would
at some
happy
point,
come in for a full episode
but,
because I need to talk to Tom. We all
you're
need
gonna
to-
wait. You gotta wake up.
Gotta
Monday
wake
mornings?
up early, yeah.
Once Ramadan is done, I'll try and do it.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Right, I will hold you to that. Just about everything we had to cover today, I guess. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at 442. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Do I thank Tommy for coming on? I should. He took a lot of hits today.
Nah, fuck him.
Deservedly.
If you're listening out there, Tommy, thanks for being on. Thank you for joining me, Tony.
Yeah, pleasure as always. Enjoyed the chat.
And once again, thanks for coming on, Ahmed.
Thanks for having me. Ramadan Kareem, Kusant Taibin, everyone.
Yeah, Ramadan Kareem to everyone listening. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.